Right, okay, so I'm done here. So the original problem here is the chef saying that he's going in the freezer, he's getting soaked with water splashing on him and everything. I'm like, well, you got a door switch, why are you getting this thing? You shouldn't be running. So someone had fitted, like I've put the two separate twin cables in here. Right? Now, the as you see a lot, people can't wire up door switches to controllers as digital inputs, right? So they've just put it in to turn the light on and off. These are expensive. These are really expensive, right? So why anyone would put one in as just to switch a door on and off is crazy to me. Anyway, so I come to it, and this one here is, that one there is not made, right? That's not made at the moment and will make when the door opens, right? This one's made, right? So what I've done, I've put a twin cable to the front one that's not made, and the one at the back is controlling the light, and that is made. That's unmade at the moment and will make, right? So that one's made, right? So that's a made one, right? Now then we come to the controller, right? Now you look, probably all have seen where you get this bit here, which has been pretty scraped over the top there. Well, this one here is the digital input, come from 11 to 9. So 9 is the 0 volt, is the 0 reference, right? And 11, right? So you're going to cross that switch, right? So that switch there represents this switch here, right? At the moment it's in the closed position, right? Which we'll go into after. So we're going out from one side of the switch, and the other side goes onto the all 0 references are here, right? That's for all the probes, right? So, and that goes into there is terminal number 9, sorry, terminal number 8, right? So when that switch makes or unmakes, right, it's telling this controller, right, that switch is made or unmade, right? Okay, so that's that bit done. Also, the switch for the light, which is going straight across that, this is where it comes from. So say one's live and one's the light itself. So that's that. So that's this one here, look, right? So that one goes across here, right? So they're two separate switches. They're not touching at all. Obviously, very dangerous for the controller if that was to touch that, right? So you don't want that, right? So I've done two separate cables, and they are shielded, but that's just because I had on the van, so that was a bit of luck. And so when the door opens, it'll close that, right? So we've got a dual function switch now. On a lot of controllers that you should be having, really, they'll have an auxiliary digital output, right? So that if you ever come across anything that's you can replace, let's say for instance like an Optima, there's an Optima over there, right? That will have a digital output for a light and everything. You put the light in there. This one that we have, or rather not this one, but the one we have, the 97, is it a 974, ID 974 something, PB, that's rubbish. It hasn't got a digital output, so what can you do when you got a light? You can't. So what a switch would be, what you'll be able to do is when you only have to have the digital input going to the controller, and you can tell it to turn off the fan, turn off the compressor, and turn on the light if you want. But the controllers we have, they won't do it. You know what I mean? You have to buy the next level of controller. But anyway, that's another issue. So when you need to configure this, once you've wired it up and you know you've wired it correct, then you're going to need to go into the controller, and you're going to select. So press the set button. Right, go down until you find configure. Now hopefully, then you want to go to H11. Right, now you may have to, what you have to do is go to PA2. When you're going through this bunch here, you press P, you select PA2, right, and that means you've gone into parameter section 2, right. It's a bit tricky, it doesn't sort of do it every time. So then we're looking for H11. It's come up now. H11 wouldn't be there normally. So you press there, and I've selected -4. It normally comes as 0, right? Which is the digital input is doing nothing. You could connect that up there and get frustrated to think that, oh wait a minute, it ain't working. No, you've got to select that first, right? Now you can select +4 as well. Now the plus and the minus, right, is done so that you can select what state you want the switch to be in, right, for when the compressor and the fans go off, right. So at the moment, because I selected +4, right, that switch is in the closed position, and I know it's in the closed position because one of these is normally closed, one's normally open, and that's normally open because the light's not on inside. I know, I've tested it, right, so that I know that's normally closed. So that I said there +4, meaning that that switch is in the closed position for everything to be healthy and working, right. And at the moment that's just got down to temperature. That's why they're not actually. What I might do with this is ask this to come on, take it down to -22 or something, make the compressor come on, right, bang, so we're on, right, so we're working, right. Now now these are the parameters in here. There, it's H11, which is what I just showed you there, and it shows lots of different things. You can have, let's say 0 means it's disabled. 1 is that it's a defrost. You could have a switch that people press on the front of a control panel, right, or whatever, or remotely wherever, on 2 wires, that then puts it into a defrost, right. There's other things, and so we've selected door switch. You can have deep cooling, so it doesn't go to the set point. You can have a pressure switch, right? A pressure switch +7 or -7, right? And then you could have a pressure switch, an HP switch, right, on that, or an LP switch, whatever you want. So you can tell it to then turn off the compressor when that happens and bring an alarm up, right? Yeah, so there's all lots of things you can do with these things. All you have to have a digital input. You have to have all the wiring and the relays and that kind of stuff, right? So to test it, so at the moment we know we're running. So then we open up the room. That's alarm to say someone's left the door open, right? Which is a good thing, right? And the lights come on inside there, right. But I will say the cooling light's still on, so that's not right. I must have only turned off the fan, sorry. So I have to go into the parameters. Let's just prove that. If I close that now, the fan comes back on, right. So I've got to go into parameters. It must be that when I go into here, so that's good. It's good to have mistakes happen. I'll tell you that now, and I know that because I've met a few, and also I've learned by a lot of them. So then you'd go to where is it? Is it ODO? Lights and digital inputs here, right? So it's saying that the digital input, right, disables the fans, disables compressor, disables fans and compressor. I want it to be 3. So we're going to go now. We're going to go into the control and look for DOD and select and see what it's selected on. Right. So what? Will it be in configure? Do you think? Really, this could do with being changes control, to be honest. All the buttons are rubbish. Let's go to let's find that what's the bit again, password 2, and then press again and then go in. So we're looking for, was it ODO, was it DOD? Yeah, so it was DOD there, so we're going to press, it says no. DOD, lights and input, it is DOD, isn't it? Let's press, can we go, this probably means, I don't know what that means, because this is not the right book. So let's just right. Let's go back out and then let's see if this time opening the switch if opening the door disables the cooling as well. Because it might just mean, yeah, it does. See, it's flashing. She wasn't before, so it's taken out the fan. Probably that probably means. Let's close the door. Yeah, then everything comes on again. Yeah, so it means the fan went off. Let's try that again. There you go. So universal flashing sign means we're either, it means we're waiting, we're delaying, waiting for something to happen. Close the door. There you go. So it turns off the fan, and it turns off the. Obviously, it's flashing there for you on the video, but yeah. So there you go. So it's good to have mistakes, or not mistakes, things. Yeah, if things don't go wrong while you're doing them and everything goes smoothly, you won't learn nothing. I know that. There we go. So another not fault finding masterclass this time. It's a bit of a technical masterclass, but yeah. Anyway, see you next time.